Hello guys, Dan Hook here, and in today's video I'm going to talk about my October goals, although I haven't actually completed my previous goals, and what I've been up to recently. This video hasn't been planned, probably much to Ben's admiration, but yeah, I was just going to talk about where I'm at. My goal initially 2 months ago was to complete my first edit on Disarray, book 2 of the Dark Array series, which comes after Displaced. Now, I'm about 25-30% of the way through with it. I've got past some quite meaty bits, some quite long chapters, but I'm not even halfway yet, which is particularly annoying. But hopefully, I said October, so maybe I didn't mean the beginning of October, maybe I mean the end. So in 4 weeks' time, I really hope that my first draft will be done with, and I will be looking for some beta readers to give me some feedback and tell me whether I've completely gone off the rails, if it's in the right direction, and all of that jingo jango that comes with that. So what I have been doing instead is, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video, but I wrote this book, a novel idea by me. I wasn't planning on writing this a couple of months ago. It was sort of in the back of my mind that, maybe put down what I've learned through the sort of the self-publishing process. And it's like, yeah, but everybody knows how to do that anyway. It's like, yeah, but do they? Like, this is going to be aimed at new authors that perhaps don't know the ins and outs of it. And hopefully it's a pretty simple guide. It doesn't go like super in depth. It's, pretty small, but it's got the crucial bits of information, and more importantly, hopefully it will save people from making the same mistakes that I made when I was first going and setting out on self-publishing and writing my book. So that is what I have done. This is actually available now on Amazon in paperback only. The ebook, or the PDF version of it, is free if you sign up to my newsletter, which I will also link in the description below. That is on my actual website, danhook.co.uk, probably /newsletter or something. So you can get the digital version for free, and this is $4.99 I think at the moment on Amazon, if you fancy picking up the paperback as well. So yeah, so that's cool. I mean, now I can say I've got more than one book out. I mean, it's not quite like Displaced, it is different. It's it's not a novel. It's more factual, I suppose. But I enjoyed it. It's sort of a more of a design element to it, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. I did go to it was called Art Wave. It was a art event in Ringmer, which is about half an hour away from where I'm at. And I went there as author Dan Hook and sold a few of my books. Now, I really wanted to have, that was like 2 weeks ago. Also, I noticed I keep saying really, so I'm going to just stop saying really now. I wanted to have loads of copies of these to sell. Not loads, but like, 10, 20. But Amazon took their sweet time, and I think the previous video was me just setting up. I didn't have any copies. I had the one. I just had to tell people to go on Amazon to buy it, or get the digital version on my newsletter, which, to be fair, I think I did get a couple of sales after that event, so I think it worked. But I did sell a few copies of Displaced. It wasn't much. I only had I don't know what it was. I only had 5 copies of Displaced on me. I really wasn't that prepared, because it was more of a visual event. It was for the paintings. I can't remember what you call it, but it's something graph where you burn art into bits of wood. There was felt art. There was all sorts of different pieces. And I was the only author, so I didn't really know if the audience was quite right for it, but I thought I'd give it a go, seeing as my dad, his girlfriend, and my sister were going, so why not go myself? And I sold all the copies that I could have. I had 5, I sold 4. I couldn't sell the 5th one because I needed that for the display one. So next year I will go better prepared with more books and more of a plan instead of just winging it. So it was a good experience. It was nice to get out, from these COVID times where you can't go out. And it's nice to sort of meet other creators in different fields. And it was very interesting. So that went well. I didn't expect to sell any, really. I really just was not sure, because I've never been to something like that before. So yeah, that was good. But I ordered these to arrive before I went, but Amazon done a hoo-ha, which I rambled on about in the previous video, where they decided that my proof that they printed was no longer fit for production. So that was all fun. But that's all behind now. I'm going to just be continuing on with Disarray and really trying to get that out because I want it done. I want people to read it because obviously the edits that I'm doing, like, that's all great and dandy, like whatever I'm thinking, that's fine. Like, that's whoop-de-doo. But if someone reads it and goes, that makes no sense, I don't want to spend that much time on this stuff because they might read it and go, yeah, this doesn't really feel right, or you need to add this or take away that. And, you know, if I've spent hours and hours, you know, trying to get it perfect, only to have like the majority of people come back and say, yeah, it doesn't really feel right. It's kind of wasted time. It's not wasted time, but it's time I could have better spent elsewhere. So with this first draft, I'm just trying to get through the meat of it and make sense of certain bits and pieces. Already, like, I edit a bit and then I read back over it and it doesn't quite fit, so I don't have to fix that. But I'm trying to do that as I go, so once I get to the end of this, I can just, you know, ship it off and, you know, give it to someone else. But knowing me, I'll finish it and then read through it again quickly and hopefully just, you know, get rid of the small kinks that are left. But yes, I really hope by the end of October that it will be ready for people's eyes. But we will see. That, I think, is it for this video. Can I think of anything else to say? Not really. No, I think that's it. Job's a good one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.